The blessing is in the group. In fact, the hand of God is on the many. It's on the group. Even our prayers that we offer, we can pray by ourselves individually, but the greater blessing, according to the teachings of Muhammad, the Prophet in Islam, peace be upon him, the greatest blessing in prayer is when it's done in a group. So this idea, so it's a lot of incentive for us to come together, for us to be interacting, and not that we're standing, bowing, and prostrating. That's one aspect of it, but afterwards we're going to sit, we're going to talk, and I have ideas I want to share, I want to take in, I want to give feedback. I want to get a third-party perspective. I've been having this conversation with myself, and it sounds very good. Inform me, help me, with that, and I think that's also part of that part of the idea. So that in and of itself makes community and community life very important for us to do. We can't, Islam or the Muslim life, really faithful life, is not a life meant to be lived isolated. It is not that. When we come together, whether it's early morning or after prayers or what have you, we have opportunities to sit and discuss things. So many times someone might read a passage from the Quran or a saying, something famous that was said by Muhammad, the Prophet, peace be upon him. And they may offer something. It might be about, patience. It might be about courage. It might be about, being a good friend, whatever the virtuous moment. It might be about that, and then we would talk among ourselves about what this means, what this idea is. And I may have an idea that I may share, and someone say, well, remember, God says this, he might inform my understanding of something. So that level of discourse and of reciprocity happens in group life, in community group space, So yes, so it's one thing to have my own thinking about something, and that's very much encouraged. But also bring that, it should have a place in a group life as well. There's always what you call impression expression. So the idea of, even when my relationship with the Quran, I may be reading something, but it's not enough for me to read it. I have to put it out. I have to say it. And God says, pronounce this, recite this, say this, etc. So the idea is putting it out. And what's the benefit of that? I mean, others hear, perhaps others learn, others or others offer, something else. There was many passages where there were the great companions, those people who were blessed to be in very close proximity to Muhammad, peace be upon him, in his life. And they would get something from him. It was their tradition, for example. They would arise in the morning, and they would rush to him to see had he received any revelation in the night. And sometimes he said yes, sometimes he said no. But let's say he said yes, and then he would offer them, and he would tell them about God says this, and they would spend time among themselves contemplating its meaning. What does that mean? How does that? These kind of things. So there's what you get personally, but it's also in this space that helps you to do that. This is a very important exercise in Islam. It is extremely important for the discourse to take place. And it has many, many benefits, one of which is just the fact that it brings us together. It brings us together. And it causes for us to say what we know. So he says, if you only know one passage of the Quran, he said, teach it, say it, you share it.